Welcome, everybody. Welcome to 5th April 2024 and welcoming you to this amazing Talk to Entities in Ahmedabad. What else is possible? Wonder what magic can be with these entities and what these entities can gift us. And everything and anything that doesn't allow you guys to receive from the entities, can we revoke, reclaim, renounce, destroy, and get all. Right now, that pot pop on West Powers and beyonds, everywhere who doesn't understand what entities is, and anybody and everybody who's scared of entities, put your barriers down. And everywhere you have confused that you do not understand them, let that whole energy go. And I'm Aradhana Tewari, your facilitator for Talk to Entities today, and it's the Talk to Entities intro from Ahmedabad. So what else is possible? Let's just take a moment, relax everybody. Take a deep breath before I start asking questions. So take a deep breath, relax, and receive. Receive all the entities on the planet today. Just receive. And whatever that word receiving means to you, let the definition go. Perceive them and receive them right now. Just receive them and receive them. And go deeper. Keep dropping your barriers, the angst, the irritation, the upset, anything coming up. Just acknowledge it. You don't have to fight it and go more deeper. And don't perceive them as they should be looking. Perceive them as they are being to you right now. Everywhere you're defining, कैसा दिखना चाहिए entities को, वो कैसे बोलना चाहिए. Let go all that. I'll be using a lot of Hindi. If anybody has an issue, let me know. Okay. There's a person here who wants more Hindi. So relax more and more and more and perceive them more. Go greater and greater. Keep expanding. Keep perceiving them as they are, not how you want to see them. Again, repeating, not as you want to see them. Just receive them. Whatever ult-pult, जो भी सर में आ रहा है, बकवास आ रहा है, आने दो. Just receive it. And keep expanding yourself. Any palpitation, any irritation, any upset, anything coming up, just watch it. Just watch it. Receive it. And all the entities now here who are just the freeloaders, can we ask them, all of us together, to step away from the space and get people with money in their hand, with bodies, to the class? And all the beings who are here to contribute to a greater reality, can we invite them? Can we ask them to support us, contribute to us in the centro? And anything that doesn't allow us to receive them, perceive them, know them, be them, can we let that go? Right now, good and bad, pot, pop, boys, powers, and men, and all the technology-based entities who are here to play as tricksters, as pranksters, can we ask them to step away and make this easy peasy, joyful, fun class? Everything that doesn't allow you guys to perceive that, receive that, know that, be that, let go. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's begin then. So, entity class, how do you know भूत कैसे होते हैं? कोई भूत से डरता है यहाँ पे? किसी को
मैं
भूत?
डरती थी
मेरा घर मेरा घर पूरा भर गया एंटिटी से.
Okay.
I told them to please step away and leave a space, and wow.
Awesome. Who said कि मैं डरती थी?
मैं डरती थी but it gone down considerably. लेकिन if you ask me do I want to see their like you know I used to always judge myself I'm not clairvoyant, but the whole thing is मुझे देखना ही नहीं है शायद. I don't
Yeah.
want to see them.
Yeah.
So
What is the resistance?
मुझे गंदे गंदे चेहरे पसंद ही नहीं है. मुझे मूवीज भी वैसी नहीं पसंद है. So it's
But
just like
किसने बोला कि वो चेहरे हैं कविता? वो मूवीज ने बोला ना.
हाँ
मूवीज ने बनाए अब चेहरे वो किसने बोला कि वो चेहरे होते हैं?
हाँ वो है.
All your judgment and all your conclusions कि भूतों की शक्ल
मेरा
कैसी होती है?
भूतों की शक्ल गंदी होती है, बस इतना है. So
ये तो लोगों
Oh.
ने बनाया ना perception. This is a conclusion. This is no
yeah, it
question.
is
This is
conclusion. Yeah,
assumption. So
yeah,
can we let this assumption go?
yeah.
Right and wrong, good and bad. Sid, you'll have to mute yourself,
Yes,
please.
I'm
Can you?
muting. I'm muting. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So
So
can
yeah,
you let it go? Right and wrong, good and bad, what कॉलरशिप वॉइस ओवर एंड नॉन्स ऐसे किस किसने ऑलरेडी प्रिज्यूम किया हुआ है वो भूतों के जैसे होता है वो स्केलेटन की तरह होते हैं वो वाइट चादर में आते हैं जितनी भी स्टोरीज हम सब ने सीखी हुई है कैन वी ऑल लेट देम गो फर्स्ट
yes. So
राइट एंड रॉन्ग गुड एंड बैड फॉर कॉलरशिप वॉइस ओवर एंड नॉन्स अगर वो भूतों के भूत वैसे ना आए तो ट्रस्ट मी आई हैव बीन वांटिंग टू सी दैम मैं बचपन से हर इंसान के पास जाती हूँ तुझे भूत मिला है अगर मिला है तो मुझे मिला दे बट अभी तक मुझे कोई भूत मिला नहीं है टू बी ऑनेस्ट बट yes I sense them I perceive them people can perceive their energies their shape and structure because उनका mind कह रहा है
also,
every
yeah.
sorry
So
thought
also what I see is, sorry to interrupt, but what I see is that and cognitively I know being in access everything, I still feel वो energy है and they have more power than us. Though I know that our bodies have more power, but
हाँ
and you said that earlier also long back when I'd heard you कि जो इंसान होता है ना वो मुक्का मार सकता है, so you have to be scared. You should worry about not worry but इससे डर लगना चाहिए अगर लगना ही है तो उनके पास तो पावर ही नहीं है. But having said that, it just feels that maybe they have more. अगर वो cluster हो गए तो they have more energy and they'll
हाँ
उठाओ पटक whatever not interesting.
everywhere you have been the perpetrator and creator of these stories in any of the lifetimes. Would you like to revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, destroy, and unket all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot pock, all nashar, boys, forwards, and yours. अपने आप ही चोर 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 फैला के खुद ही चोर से डर रही है. Everything that is, would you like to let that go now? Right and wrong,
What
good
is
and
an
bad, pot pock,
entity?
all nashar, boys, forwards,
What
and
is an entity?
so what is an entity for you, Revti? May I ask you? What does that mean to you? Entity is anything and everything is an entity. What does it actually means for you?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you for 1,60,000. I love you. And Revti has been in many of my classes, so she knows what that means. I don't know. So, and you being the teacher, entity का word का meaning क्या होता है?
I
Re-
perceive as the devil.
Devil, like Kavita. So everywhere you
अच्छा
all given
Demon, demon, demon.
demon, devil, जिसने जो faces दिए हुए हैं, how many of you have also decided that you are the devils and the demons on this planet? Everything that is, can we just try and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all and how do you know unknown is always scary, Preeti?
It's not scary, not scary, not because it's unknown, but because then I don't know कहाँ से क्या कब आ रहा है, and
Is that
you know,
true? Is that true that you do not know? Is that possible that you will not know? हवा चलती है तो पता चलता है ना तेज हवा चल रही है.
how so far my
आप
awareness, मतलब जब effect होता है, then one understands, oh, maybe this is the effect of either an entity or a demon,
but who
and then
says
it's already too late
but that is
because the
also
effect
not a
is there on the
question.
body.
No, darling. You are already concluding that this is an effect of a entity. First, you don't even know who did it. Then you have already said कि वो उसका असर है. किसने बोला उसका असर है? How do you know कि ये entity ने किया है? Where did that knowing come from?
From others, मतलब, when you say this is what is happening, so probably there is an entity here. So then,
Anupma, can you mute yourself, darling?
सॉरी
Yeah.
सॉरी
No worries. So अगर लोग जो कहते हैं तो वो कहेंगे चाकू मार लो तो तुम चाकू मार लोगी. वाह बहुत अच्छी बंदी हो यार. सब कुछ करते हो जो लोग बोलते हैं.
नहीं करते नहीं है, जो है ना, जब आप अपनी प्रॉब्लम लेके जाते हो किसी को, दे से प्रॉब्लम, देयर आर एंटिटीज इन्वॉल्वड हियर, सो देन वन गोस भैया, ये जब हम जाते हैं और मुश्किल ही लेके जाते हैं ना, कि हम इस
मेरे
मुश्किल
को
में
यही
हैं,
तो
और
क्वेश्चन
फिर
पूछना है आपसे कि आपको आपके घर की प्रॉब्लम आपका नल का घर में कहाँ है आपको पता होगा या आपके पड़ोसी को पता होगा. आपकी अलमारी
मुझे
में कहाँ पैसे रखे हैं क्या चीज पड़ी है आपको पता होगा या मुझे पता.
मुझे
मैं
पता
तो
होगा।
आपसे पूछ रही हूँ, आप लोगों के पास जाते क्यों हो? आप क्यों नहीं जानते अपने घर के बारे में? जब आप अपने घर के बारे में नहीं जानते, अब लोगों से पूछने जा रहे हो मेरे घर के अंदर क्या पड़ा है, वो कैसे बताएंगे? Everything that brought up and brought down can be destroyed and unkettled. Right to know good and bad, pot, pot, condition, boys, povers, and neons. And when we give our powers to others, we have already invited demonic possibilities in our world. And those are the demonic energies we have inviting by ourselves कि आओ चोर चोरी आओ मेरे घर ही आओ, मेरे अंदर पहले घुसो, पहले मैं तुम्हें दिखाऊंगी, फिर मैं कहूंगी कि तुम मेरा घर चोरी करके चले गए. Everything that brought up and brought down can be destroyed and unkettled. Right to know good and bad, pot, pot, condition, boys, povers, and beyonds. Everywhere we all are so used to giving our powers to others. Can we acknowledge that? You're unwilling to be powerful. What if that is just a choice? Everything that is can be destroyed and unkettled, right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pot, condition, boys, povers, and beyonds. Yes, Dhwani first and then Varnika.
So
Nippa, can you
today,
yourself?
based on what I've been having since last evening, entities are the givers of gifts.
Entities are for everything. So entities,
Is
as
my voice
Revati
breaking?
asked, yeah, sorry. No, you said that the entity, sorry, I'll just first clear Revati. Revati, every thought of yours is an entity. And every judgment of yours, that's an interesting point of view. And every, can somebody mute Nippa? And every judgment of yours is an demon. Got it? Every thought of yours is an entity. And every judgment of yours is a demon. So how many demons are you living with? How many entities are you living with continuously all the time? You would know now. So like I would say the specs cover is also an entity. This AirPods are also an entity. I'm also an entity. You all are also entity. Here, what we are specifically more talking about of unknown friends, unseen friends, and beings who do not have body. That we are specifically, which you people think you are scared of and afraid of. And if I ask all of you today, you all are coming from a set routine of a television or a movie or a sunset where you have made your stories. There is no truth in any of you to know what entity is actually to you. Nobody has ever seen an entity. Or
But
you,
you can feel them.
yeah, you can feel them, you can sense them, you can even
You
perceive
can
their
receive them.
structure.
Yeah.
So that is because it is, if this is in the world, somebody will touch it, somebody will feel it, somebody will see it. So every thought, whatever you think, is perceived by somebody, received by somebody, touched by somebody. So it has, अगर हम एक book के बारे में भी सोचते हैं, we create a book in the world, it is already an entity that created its shape and structure. Is it there to be scared of them? Do you really find that it is scary? Are you scary? Tomorrow you die, do you think people should be scared of you? Dhwani is like, yes, yes. You said that. Right, wrong.
She's showing her face. It's scary. One
Yeah, Dhwani, go ahead.
So I was saying that the entities have been a huge gift since last evening. I've been telling them that मैं तुम्हारे बारे में जानने के लिए इतना पैसा भर रही हूँ, तुम पैसा लेके आओ, ठीक है?
Correct.
So I'm getting all the entity cases. और मजाक मजाक में मैंने एक चीज बोलनी शुरू करी जो ये हनुमान चालीसा का लाइन था कि भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे ध्वनि जब नाम सुनावे. तो couple of entity cases came. They said आधा घंटा बात करके कंसल्टेशन लेके पैसा देके पता नहीं आपसे बात करके लग रहा है मेरा ब्लैक मैजिक जो भी मेरे पे हुआ था चला गया. तो मैंने बोला जब ध्वनि नाम सुनाती है तो अच्छे अच्छे भूत भाग जाते हैं.
Good one. I
So
love.
yeah.
And कल जब मैंने ध्वनि से बात की तो ध्वनि पै मेरा तो बस मन उठ गया पैसा क्रिएट करने से, मेरा तो वो हो गया. मैं बोला यार मेरे से ड्रामा वामा मत कर. ऐसा है, मेरे को ये सब ड्रामों में मैं बिलीव नहीं करती हूँ. तो अपनी तेरे को करना है तो तू वैसे भी ड्रामे में रह सकती है, नहीं तो तू एक्नॉलेज कर सकती है, उनको अपना यूज कर सकती है. They can be friends, they can help you out, but that's the choice. But I'm grateful for her to take that choice. Important. Yes, Dhwani is very important. And I'm sure everybody of you are, but you don't want to acknowledge. She's just acknowledging it. So everything that brought up and brought down can be spoken forward and forward. Yes, I'll just finish Dhwani and next, and then I'll take you, Sonali. Dhwani done?
That's it. Thank you.
Varnika, go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, so a lot of things you just said. So uh, until last year, I was like, I had no clue about what entities are or something. But as if I have perceived them, they are some form of energies, which have their which are not like you, which are probably different, unique, and I would like to share how it started. It's like there was some fluctuations in electricity in my room, and I was like, okay, what this are, why is this happening? And then I started noticing at the same time every night it was happening. And then once I said, if any entity is there or if any energy is there, please blink 2 times. So it blinked 2 times, and that was my first day of interacting with these energies, and I haven't looked back since then. Even I'm traveling in a lift going up and down, there will be the bulbs, same fluctuations, and I smile. Okay, you are there, you're going down with me, you're coming up with me. And I feel them around me everywhere, and I'm always smiling. Okay, fine, come along, come, let's travel. And I haven't felt that. Maybe I don't know. There might be some entities which might harm you, but I haven't felt such energies. They were always beautiful energies.
Yeah,
This is what I.
awesome.
Uh,
Does it get any better? Beautiful.
yeah.
Nice wish you.
Thank you.
Yes, Sonali, go ahead.
I just have to ask one thing.
Yes.
May I cut in? And
Yes.
Varnika, is it after the workshop with Aradhana? Is this what happened? Because this happened like crazy with me after my first entity class with her.
No, it wasn't her workshop. It just happened. I had just stepped into this field of occult and spiritual line 2 to 3 years back, and then I had started my third eye awakening meditations.
Wow.
And you
Yeah.
get downloads now. You get downloads everything that yes, something
Everybody
is
has
messing
their
with your
own different
energy.
ways of learning, and it is not just that, only we. I mean, this science is all over the world in different forms.
We
So
just need it.
yeah,
Sorry.
we just need to acknowledge that it's nothing to be
Yeah.
scared.
True.
Acknowledge and initiation is also required, no? So like you did your initiation with clairvoyance and activation. I'm being really grateful that Aradhana happened to be my initiation into entity world. So I'm grateful. So I just wanted to know. But thank
We
you.
all are mediums. We all are mediums. I think so.
You think so? What do you know? I'll say what you know. Yes, Sonali, go ahead.
Yeah, pehle to, like I wanted to tell, so next time we want to do an entity clearing, we just say Dhwani come, Dhwani come, Dhwani come.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Excuse me, can I speak?
For me,
Just a moment. Let Sonali finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So for me, like the fear with me is, it's about these people who have left their bodies and they are like, not yet aware that they have left their bodies and they are here around. And I am very scared to even be alone in my own house at night. And mujhe, like, I didn't know ki it is a potency, and like, like, first of all, you fear because you feel there is something that's the presence. So wo kuch mujhe pata nahi tha, but mera wo fear, and of course it comes from the movies when they make it so melodramatic and so thrilling with all those faces and the music.
Yeah.
And then there are these कि वो उठा के हमको पटक रहे हैं और कुछ कर रहे हैं. So मैं तो ध्वनि कम ही बोलने वाली हूँ ध्वनि.
The entity started talking on its own. The television started talking on its own. So it was crazy. I'm like, okay, I receive you. They'll say-
सोनाली ध्वनि कम करोगे तो ध्वनि की एंटिटी पहुंच जाएगी।
And I will say ध्वनि come with money.
मनी कम ऐसे दोनों चीज बोलना, ध्वनि कम मनी कम तो दोनों आएंगे।
Good one. See, such a easy trick for all of us.
कुंफू पांडा का देखा है ना, वो बोलता है we sit to meditate and he says inner peace and then slowly it comes dinner please.
I know. So are you still scared, Sonali?
Not that much.
Half
What
pregnant?
else?
You're half pregnant?
Well, the tummies are out, but there's no good news.
So you're holding it. So either you are scared or you're not scared. You can't be in between. So you're just fooling yourself or what? Like what is the value of not receiving you? What will change if you're willing to acknowledge that you're not actually scared? All of you here who are actually pretending to be scared, pretending to not know, as how Preeti was saying कि अपना नहीं समझ आता, लोगों के पास प्रॉब्लम के लिए जाते हैं, लोगों से समझते हैं. Is that true? I mean, do you think that you guys don't have a choice? Or you do not want to take that choice?
Not making the
वो टाइम पे थोड़ा
No, go
फ्री
ahead.
हो जाता है.
Yeah. क्यों हो जाता है?
It can be mostly because of fear only, I think.
Have you ever questioned that fear?
No.
हाँ, मतलब जो बोल देगा सब मान जाओगे. So it is that you're not willing to be present with all these energies.
Yes.
But that's a choice you're making.
Yes.
So are you really fearful? Are you afraid of them or are you not choosing to be with them?
I'm not
and
sure.
I'd rather ask is
Fear देखने का भी fear. Interesting. देखोगे तो मुझे तो नहीं बचपन से अभी तक दिखा कोई. मैं दिख जाए तो मुझे बता देना अंशिता. मैं साथ आके देख लेती हूँ. After seeing her for 3 months, how can you be scared of entity? Oh, good one. I truly. So wherever you're playing that game with yourself, what fun are you having? What are you getting out of the story? I'm fearful of entities.
मुझे ऐसे लगता है whatever they are trying to convey, I cannot perceive that. That is.
How do you know? My question, like I was asking Preeti also the same question. How do you know? How do you know they're fearful and how do you know? Where have you concluded कि मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा? पूछा आपने उनसे? Question किया? So
नहीं.
if that is, can we destroy and get all right and wrong and bad part for college boys go within them? How many lies do you give yourself? कितना झूठ बोलते हो अपने आप से सब लोग? देख रहे हो जब दूसरे दुनिया में झूठ बोलते हैं तो कितनी आग लगती है. कैसे झूठ बोला? Everything that is going to destroy and get all right and good and bad part for college boys go within them. Yes, Sid, go ahead. Are you there? Sid Subramaniam, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. So what I wanted to ask, when you enter a room full of people, when you fear, I mean, you don't fear, but you perceive their judgments and everything around, and you smell that thing, but you are not able to, gel with them, but you have to be there. So what to do in such situations?
So when you say you have to be here, then you have to make yourself more expansive than them because you have to acknowledge कि मैं conscious हूँ, I am the aware one. I can become greater and I have at no point of view, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. I'm aware and it's not, and just ask, do I require to be anything here? Do I require to do anything or I have to just be aware and be present with it? Not doesn't mean the awareness is in front of you, you have to do something about it. I mean, you're there, you're already contributing being in that room. There was something that, but if you go under them, that is also what you've asked them. If you go beyond them, that is what you also asked for.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks for the question. Great question. Yes, Dhwani, go ahead. Dhwani, your hands up.
अरे मैं कुछ पूछने में भूल गई.
Done. Awesome. Anshita, go ahead.
No, listen. आ गया, मुझे याद आ गया.
आ गया, बता.
हाँ. So, while reading so many cases, I so many times feel like when you don't want to take responsibility, that's when you bring in all the bullshit of black. Like, I am not saying black magic is not there, but like आजकल हर किसी को लगता है कि black magic हो गया, entity attack हो गया, सब कुछ. So I think it's also a way of, not being conscious about you and also not taking charge and responsibility for
Yeah,
things.
yeah, and asking for more attention. So while I was coming here, I met a lady at the airport, and she was sitting next. She came and sat down next to me, and she was like, "Oh, poor victim." She's like, "I've really traveled from South Africa. I really, and she had two daughters, and her husband was there, and very poor, and dark circles, and very." She said, "I'll never ever go back to South Africa. I am going back to my city." वो कहीं अहमदा के बाद के आगे कहीं रहती है. Anyway, so she said, "I have fever, I'm so sick, and my daughter is also sick, so we have come back and all, blah, blah, blah. भगवान मेरे पे कोई मैजिक कर दे, कुछ ऐसा कर दे कि, हम ठीक हो जाएं, मेरा हस्बैंड वापस नहीं जाए." मेरी हंसी छूट गई. Oh, अच्छा, ठीक है. So then she kept saying, and I just asked, "Will it be contributing?" Then I asked her, "Can I keep my hand on you?" This is, I kept a hand on her and I kept a hand on her daughter. And I'm like, they all can be actually worked on. But I'm like, whatever they require. But at the end, I realized that she was only doing this. She's like, "I am poor, pathetic," so that her husband stays back. So has she invited demons and judgments into her life? And was she using entities to her advantage? Completely, yes. And I laughed and laughed and laughed. And I'm telling Anita ji, I was like, क्या manipulation करते हैं यार हम लोग. It is so, like, when I kept my hand, like, does she want to? She was creating all that to control him so that he doesn't go. And then we make ourselves poor, pathetic, and then we invite these judgments, these diseases into our body to control others. So how many of you have invited diseases, upsets, intrigues into your life to control people around you? And then you go, "Mere pe to black magic ho gaya." Everything that is what you like to destroy and get on. Right, good and bad pot for collision with forwards and Jones. Yes, and
पहले देश में राजनीति जो है वो फुल स्पीड पर चल रही है. प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी राजस्थान में
फुल स्पीड चला रही है आंटी.
Auntie,
करते
Anjit,
हुए उन्होंने
can
कहा
you just
घोषणा पत्र नहीं
talk to
Yeah,
somebody?
yeah. I'll go in another room.
Anshita, go ahead.
So, I mean, my first experience a few years back when I was not into excess and everything was a very scary one that I used to be afraid. Like, I used to get out. I wanted to get out of that house, but I wasn't able to. मतलब इतना वो डरावना था. Few months it went on, and then some lady came meditation में उसको clear किया. उसके बाद वापस ऐसा हुआ. वापस I went to Dubai, and the house again had entities. So abhi mujhe pata hai, and if it's in like a session, then I'm very strong and I'm very powerful ki run away, get lost or use a some. But still I feel the same heaviness. Like if I'm sitting like 2 days back also I was sitting somewhere. So the atmosphere was very heavy. कि मुझे ऐसे हो रहा था कि मैं बाहर आ जाऊं या थोड़ा स्लाइड हो जाऊं, इस तरफ नहीं बैठूं. Like I can literally point कि यहाँ पे नहीं और यहाँ पे नहीं. But then आई डोंट नो कि क्लियर उसको करना चाहिए या कुछ ऐसे गैप है
Okay, thank you,
थिंकिंग
Anshita.
में.
You also have been into my classes, so you know I don't know ka matlab.
That's what I'm saying. I
I
know
don't take
there's
the
a gap.
money. But my question is, what is the question here?
I have I'm here to fill this gap of what to
What
do
do you
next.
know? What do you know?
That it can be managed nicely rather than getting contracted या एक step back लेने से. I mean I know कि expand करके उसको निकाल सकते हैं.
And then is there a kind of a thing we call question?
Yes.
Did you question?
वो आता नहीं है तब.
So that means what do we require? We require to be more present.
Yeah.
For me, trust me, for me, entity class was never about booth and all, and to talk to people, because I just knew we can do it anyways. My whole idea of doing talk to entities class day one was because I wanted to be as present as, like, not even a fraction of a second of a separation. totally communion, total present. And this is a class that gives me, and I invite more people to join this class, not because I want to teach them for bhoot and all that. This is like a 5 minute job for me to teach them. But I'm like, how present can you get with your life? These entities invite you, and how they invite you, how they contribute to you is a today what we talk about in this class, which I probably talk about. This is my way of facilitating. This brings you to that level of presence where 2 hours you want to be in a bad mood and feeling heavy and all that, but there you can change in like fraction of a second if you're totally being present. Right now you got a lot of awareness, you were aware of a lot of stuff, but you were unwilling to take that
Like,
chance.
I mean, I want to learn of how to use this awareness.
Yes,
ये
we will
awareness है.
more about it next too.
Like, especially one of the cases, few days, जैसे होता है that you check out and you know you have checked out.
Yeah.
वापस उसमें आना
Hmm.
या
And is it also that you checked out, or are you aware the entity has checked out? What is lighter?
me,
Okay, now say entity.
entity.
Who checked out, you or entity? See, now you went to your head. Everything that is getting destroyed. All right, good bad, what condition was most welcome, said. So it is like you're aware of it, you're everything, and you just know it. It's like the entity probably, so that we will talk more deeper in next 2 days. It's a detail how you know, how you do not know that it is you or it is an entity. That is all about awareness that we will be talking there into that. Cool. So we will
Yeah.
I'll get into that practice of it. What else is possible? Yes, Seema, go ahead. Seema is the queen of entities. I love her.
And
And I'm
I
so
wanted to say that I have shut down my awareness for entities. This
is
is
that
what I wanted to say, but then as we were talking, I acknowledged two things basically. Like where have I defined entities as only ghosts?
exactly.
So even like I was looking for a few products for my skin and my hair, and I gave that job to my body. Okay, fine, whatever you like. And then out of nowhere, just two ads I seen in my Instagram feed, and they never showed up after that. And I ordered those products, like, and my body is just loving them. So they are also entities speaking to me.
Of course.
And the second is like, people call me, they find me out of nowhere, and they call me for sessions. And then I talk to them and I want to know what is their issue and I try to solve it, kind of, I go into that, like इनको एक्सेस बार्स चाहिए या ये चाहिए वो चाहिए, तो अभी मुझे अवेयरनेस आई कि वो एंटिटीज है जो मुझे ढूंढ रही है, जो मुझे क्लियर करनी है या एड्रेस करनी है उनकी एंटिटी, और उस इशू पे मैं फोकस ही नहीं कर रही हूँ, तो वो भाग जाते हैं, वो सेशन ही नहीं लेते, वो क्योंकि वो डेविएट हो रहे हैं, डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो रहे हैं.
वो डिविएट हो रहे, डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो रहे हैं कि तुम हो रही हो. Everything that is. So what is it? It's like everything happening with entities is so telling you about your life. It feels so funny when you start noticing everything. They're like, and the ultimate is that you have to acknowledge you are aware and how to practice that muscle, how aware you are. Because we have this muscle of going into this wrongness all the time. बस मैं गलत हूँ, मुझे तो कुछ समझ ही नहीं आता, ये मैं ही पागल होंगी, ये मैं ही होंगी, मैं तो वियर्ड वाली हूँ, मैं तो मेरे में मीडियमशिप कैसे हो सकता है, अगर मैं गलत हो गई, मैंने किसी को बोला तो उसने मेरे को गलत बोला तो उसने कहा क्या पागल बना रही है. Are you willing to be judged?
Now,
That doesn't allow getting destroyed none at all. Right and
and
wrong.
after the foundation, I am acknowledging my awareness every day. I am willing to go there, do that, be that,
Yeah.
in whatever form it shows up. I am willing to acknowledge it.
And I'm so
And,
happy finally.
and I keep updating you on WhatsApp.
Yes. Yeah. And I love it. I love it. And I'm like, finally, this girl is like, it stepped into her potential. And I'm so grateful for that. See, we
Thank
could
you to
be working
you.
it for thank you to you for receiving finally.
Choose foundation with Aradhana, everyone.
Thank you. That is so sweet of you.
Or maybe talk to the entities.
Anything.
Anything.
If you want to be just be
Even
more.
follow her on Instagram and your life will change.
Oh, so kind of you. Thank you. And what else is possible? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot pock, Alicia boys, powers and yes. और किसके क्या क्या डर है? पहले मुझे सारे डर वाले आगे आ जाओ आज. एटलीस्ट इंट्रो से इतना तो लेके जाओ कि डरना बंद करो. अगर डर रहे हो तो फिर ये बोलो कि हमें कोई बहाना चाहिए, we want some attention, तो फिर मुझे बता दो.
मुझे
Anybody?
ऐसा लगता है कि इफ आई एम अपसेट या इफ आई एम हार्ट ब्रोकन ऐसा कुछ, तब बहुत एंटिटीज अट्रैक्ट हो जाती है.
Hmm.
ऐसा
And what potency do you have with heartbreak and love? Everything that
नहीं चाहिए लेकिन
right and wrong, good and bad, pot pock, Alicia boys, powers and yes. So, I'm coming with this call on love and money. Which is like, my all classes get intermixed. इसमें ये topic शुरू हो जाता है, उसमें वो topic शुरू हो जाता है. This is like so much of love, that how much of you love you already being, but you're like not receiving that. So everywhere you're not receiving the entity of love, you as love, because we have defined what love should look like. Could you please destroy that? Get
yes.
Right, and good in my pot pock boys, powers and meals. And I would like to invite that for that call, everybody. It's just $500. And also you have the money lottery there. So you can actually pull in for 500 and you might win money workbook with me, the blue one. So that is also an option. And also you get the love and money. You can talk about love and money with me in that call. I'll be happy to contribute because I'm also a very genius in love. Everything that is. Can you destroy and get on? Right, good and bad, pot pock, Alicia boys, powers and beyond. Yes, so truth, what does entities means to you? Anybody else?
डर पे मुझे भी बोलना है. एक चीज से मुझे भी सोनाली की तरह ना घर में अकेले रहने से डर लगता है. वो अभी भी लगता है, पर आई थिंक वो घोस्ट का डर नहीं है. शायद मुझे लोगों से ज्यादा डर लगता है एज कम्पेयर टू घोस्ट.
That. So I have been always that. बचपन से मैं हमेशा ये कहती थी कि मुझे अंधेरे और भूतों से नहीं डर लगता, मुझे लोगों से डर लगता है कि आके चाकू मार जाएंगे, मार देंगे, मेरी हाथ पकड़ लेंगे, मुझे मारेंगे, चोट लगेगी, तो उससे मुझे डर लगता है. मुझे भूतों को तो मुझे लगता था मैं मैनेज कर लूंगी. जब उनका बॉडी नहीं है तो उनसे क्या डरना. आएंगे तो लोग ही आएंगे. और मैं हमेशा कहती थी कितनी भी घोस्ट मूवीज उठा के देख लो, एंड में वो लोग ही निकलते थे उस पिक्चर में. वो प्रिटेंड किया होता है यहाँ भूत है, यहाँ नहीं आना, ये काला घर है, ये है वो है, और एंड में मूवी में हमेशा वहां पे कोई आदमी निकलता है जो उसने अपनी जगह बनाई होती है, वो हल्ला डाल के वहां पे. एंड आई वाज लाइक, देखा, ये तो मैं बोल ही रही थी, भूत ऐसा काम करते ही नहीं. Yes, having said that, Dan, can there be aggressive energies? Yes, there can be aggressive entities. And that is more in detail we'll talk about in the two-day class. So today is just a very general for people who are scared, people who are like, do not know about entities. This is more an introduction to get you at least out of that space of like, hello, everything is an entity. You can talk to books, you can talk to table, you can talk to chair, you can talk to without body beings, you can talk to everything. The thing is, you have to trust you. Are you willing to step up there? And you can receive so very much that your life can drastically, majorly change if you acknowledge your capacities and potencies with every entity. Everything is your creation. Every entity outside which you see outside you is your creation. So how can you pamper them? How can you receive from them? What can you change and shift with them? It's just a choice. Yes, Dhwani, go ahead.
This reminds me of a very good thing that used to happen with me. Whenever I had a difficult exam, I was a topper for like almost all the years. So मैं बुक्स को बोलती थी, यार तेरे में जो डिफिकल्ट है ना, जो मुझे याद नहीं रहता, तू मुझे याद करा दे. And trust me, when those difficult questions used to come, it used to be unbelievable कि इतने फ्लो में कैसे लिखा. And now I realize कि मैंने एंटिटी को बोला हुआ है कि तू याद करा दे, लिखवा दे. तो they
So
just
do you
want
think
to
guys
use
life
that.
can be difficult? Dhwani's made it so easy. Can you see that?
ये तो फिर ऐसे है. It's just like that.
Like this, but we don't want to believe life can be so simple and easy. सबको अपनी स्टोरी सुनानी है, पर तुम्हें थोड़ा ना पता मेरी सास क्या कहती है, मेरी माँ क्या कहती है, मेरे साथ कितनी प्रॉब्लम है, मेरी लाइफ तो सबसे ज्यादा झंड है. कितने लोगों को सबको प्रॉब्लम है, मेरा हस्बैंड ये, मेरा बच्चा ये, मेरा वो ये, मेरे पर कहानी केसेस ये वो blah blah blah. So everything that is can be destroyed and get on. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot pock, all nature boys, povas and beyond. So what have you created? इतना intense क्या create किया अपनी life में that you don't want to change your life? Who do you think has created that in your life? आज चोर को पकड़ ही लेते हैं चलो एटलीस्ट इतना तो मैं तो ऐसा कर ही सकती हूँ what life you currently have truth who has created that for you मम्मी ने पापा ने अंकल ने
खुद ने करी है
नहीं नहीं सबको ब्लेम
Exactly.
करो
Me.
Me.
फाइनली
yes
यही है वो.
यही है वो और इस
यही एंटिटी है यही
यही
एंटिटी है
Yes, yeah.
यही भूत
और
है
इस एंटिटीज भूत को तुम लोग कभी प्यार से बात करते हो या सिर्फ मारते रहते हो
हाँ,
कितना
अपनी
बुच्चर
गिल्ट
करते हो
में
कितना मारते
गिल्ट
हो
में रहते हैं कई बार ये कहते हो हो मैं ही ऐसी हूँ
तो
तो
पूरे
मेरे लिए
तुम्हारा
सब
घर ही डीमंस का घर है फिर कहते हो ब्लैक मैजिक है everything that is can you destroy none get all right and longer than bad pot population by spoovas and beyond so what play are you playing with you that you're not acknowledging what play of entities are you playing with you to keep yourself so busy that you do not actually want to see you everything that is can you destroy and get all right to know good and bad pot population boys povers and beyonds what acknowledgement you have to give to you that if you would give will change your world upside down or greater and everything that doesn't allow you to perceive receive know be that can be destroyed and get all right to know good and bad pot population boys povers beyonds what's going on guys what's going on anybody here have any more questions everybody's already fried ये अच्छा है जब मैं आती क्वेश्चन नहीं होता वैसे सारा दिन सबके पास प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं अलाओ यार nobody has a problem today seriously सबकी प्रॉब्लम्स गई
गई
So when we say there are demonic people also, right? I mean, people who can be demonic.
yeah
So do they have demons or they are just being tech? They
it can
don't.
be anything we can't really define it Kavita it can be anything it can be both possibilities and what are you aware of are they using it to advantage are they manipulating you are you controlling them and yes they are can you outcreate them and you can only outcreate them and any and every problem in your life if you are present with your lives the key to everything come pick up any modality any life any subject is to get present with you yourself in every second and I think this is
What do you mean
What's the difference
by
between evil and demon?
being present?
one by one
Sorry.
What's the difference between evil
Hmm.
and demonic? Like, is there a difference or are they just the
there's a
same
similar energy
similar
even
energy?
that yeah a demon can be we have given that projection on a demon that it is it whatever it does it's making you evil but as per my interesting point of view evil is also contributing on the planet
Yeah. Okay.
right so evil is just a choice that you want to keep holding those demonic powers and be evil and then say oh I don't have a control on me these energies have taken over me but I would like to tell you that you have the choice to take over but it can be possible that your whole complete lifetime you will not take that choice and
Okay.
it's
So have we signed up some contracts with them? That's why we're not able to because we
yeah
have to like you make yourself
or
lesser
you just have come to experience this lifetime like that
despite knowing that we are doing it, we are
yes
not able to undo it. Is
yeah
that what?
yeah not everybody wants to have that and everybody has that different choice and everybody wants to somebody wants to experience being beaten somebody wants to experience being a physicist a mathematician everybody has a choice and no choice is a wrong choice because that choice is also contributing in a larger picture so no judgment to them that oh you want them you can have them if you know you can go around that but then when we do not get present we get bang on to them and we keep knocking our head to that mountain and who is bleeding is you rather than going around it but when you will be present you're like why the hell am I beating myself here I can go around it
Is it okay to stay away from people you recognize as
yes
demonic?
definitely
You
yes
don't have to hang out with them just because you're in allowance of them, right?
yeah the allowance is not for them the allowance is for you first allowance is for you only you can have allowance for them when you have allowance for yourself so if this person being with this person does not work for me okay thank you I receive you I can be anything and it is okay to say no Okay, you stay in your place, I stay in my place. But yet, in if you keep thinking about that person again and again, then there's a charge. That you have to say, okay, what is it that's going on? If you want to be away from that, if you forget that person, I like how we move into school and certain friends we were really used to fight, but we don't even remember know those friends, right? So they don't really bring that charge in your world. Either they'll go out of your life or you won't have any interest. But if somebody is still coming and attracting into your world again and again, what gift do you have to receive them? What are they gifting you? What are you unwilling to receive from that space?
Okay.
How does it get any better? Yes, Preeti. So being present is um it's like no judgment at all. No past, no future. Being here, being now. Do you get that, Preeti?
Can you repeat it, please?
That no point of view. Everything is just an interesting point of view. No judgment. And no past, no future, just now. Be here, be now. Like how a child is all the time. उठाया, फेंका, करा, खेला, आगे चले गए. Picked up a new thing, moved on. Like somebody passed on and you moved on and you're like, okay, you were there, you had to shed your tears and you were there and you did, and then you moved on. Like how animals are. They see we feel hurt, we acknowledge I feel hurt, and it's all fine. Right. And you can still be into it yet not being attached to it. That is the level of presence. That is like, it is not like, am I present? Am I present? Am I doing being present or am I being present? When you have no judgment in your life, then you are already being present. All right. Awesome. What else? What else? What else can I contribute to you guys today? So today the intro is basically majorly to let you guys know, and I can definitely help. I mean, share this clearing with you, how to clear a basic one. But yes, if anybody is choosing to come for the 2-day class in Ahmedabad or in Delhi or wherever, can always choose to come in person, which is we'll go into details of how to get more present, how to be more into awareness, how every entity means what, and different deep dwelling into it. Like I have been doing it for almost like 11 years now, so I'm still always deep diving deep. And every class I start like कुछ बताने को ही नहीं है, but हर class में इतना कुछ निकलता है, it's crazy. Some clearings to clear judgments more. Awesome. So everything that brought up and brought down, can we just try and not get all right and wrong and bad pot pop initial voice forwards and beyonds? So I was about to do something which I forgot. So yeah, go ahead.
If you have some family members who are demonic or not demonic, they have entities and they choose to hold on to it, right? And but you are living with them. I remember you long ago had mentioned that your husband did have a lot of entities. And so how do you kind of live with that, or being an allowance of that, or you don't get triggered, or you don't get be the effect of it?
Yeah. So that is you take when you start being the source of your life rather than them as your source of your life. It's my room. And if in my room you're not the conscious one sitting, I'm the conscious one, I can outfit in and take over the space. I'll be the king of this room, right? So I'll be like, okay, I'll take over and I can be very present with my entities and everybody that, hey guys, this is my room, I take over and cover them and let everything work for me.
Right. So now coming from the perspective of body, I'm sorry, I'm just asking a lot.
Oh, no, keep go ahead.
Coming from the perspective of bodies, when they say that, if entities could be sticking to organs also, or the diseases, that create entities or
A
they
lot.
attached, yeah. So in such a scenario, I mean, what is it that one can do for not creating? No, do entities create diseases, or is it that person is creating a disease and the entities are getting attached? What
Yeah.
is it, and what can we do with the bodies? Because when I do a body,
Bodies is
entities that
body.
pop
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Finish. First.
So when I'm doing a body class, there's so many entities that just pop up in some people, and
Yeah.
that's intense. So are they holding on to it? Are entities holding on to the organs, which is not true because that's what the person says. I did not create it. Yeah. So
So
what?
it's that we will dwell deeper into it, Kavita, tomorrow. But to on the little bit of the note on that, yes, the entities can be holding them, can be clearing, it can be either of the cases. And there's a lot. And also it's like, I want to not go to school tomorrow morning and I'm like pretending to be something, and then an entity requires some support from somebody. That entity can come and get attached to you, and that can become your reasoning of being a diseased person at that night. And then you might like, okay, I'm not going. And it worked for you and it worked for that entity also, because most of the entities which pass on do not go further because they're stuck in time and space. So according to them, they have a body. They don't even know they died. Getting it? So like the first question to check always with entities, do you even know that you're dead? Do you don't have a body? So they find it's my kind of a body, and they can go and get attached to a similar kind of a body where it's a depressive state or a lethargic or similar disease or a kidney problem or a liver problem. It can be very possible.
So it's like a twin dying in the womb, and then the twin can attach to the other one.
Yeah. And there's a choice the other one is taking. Is it being under, is it powerful, or what that experience that entity wants to have?
Right.
My question. Awesome. Great. What else is possible? So yes, what else is possible here that we haven't yet considered? So all the entities. So how do we clear entities? Truth, who are you? So truth, who are you? Who are you? Who were you before that? Who were you before that? Who were you before that? And who would you be in future? Carry all your magnetic imprinting and leave, and take your luggage and go. So what we are doing is we are asking them who you are, and then we're taking in time and space and back. Who were you before that? Who were you before that? Who were you before that? And the being gets, oh, I've had so many lifetimes. I have had different bodies. I have had different structures. So they just go back, 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 back until they energetically you feel it's a shift, and they're like, okay, who will you be in future? And then, oh, I have a choice of a future, and then they can go. But different entities have a different way that we will go to. For that, you will have to do the 2-day class into more detailing. Yes, go ahead, Anshita.
So right now in this 10-15 minutes, my body is swollen up
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of discomfort. ये बहुत बार पहले भी हुआ है, but it's majority in family situations or gatherings. But
So
अभी ये just
what
हुआ
is it? What is it?
है.
Are you aware? Is it an entity? Is it something else?
Something else.
Yeah. So earth or something else? What is lighter first?
Earth.
Okay, is earth asking for your contribution? Is it like your body asking for your contribution? Are you being present with your body enough? Mhm. So everything that is can destroy and get out. Right, and but what if you can actually acknowledge earth and start contributing to earth at the count of 3? Keep doing it till it changes and not make it wrong. And what else is possible? What are you gifting me that I'm unwilling to receive? So question, 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 and only you know your awareness. Rather than like ये हो गया है, हो रहा है, हमेशा तभी होता है. Okay, what is it?
But बहुत बार ऐसे होता है कि I mean I do. बहुत बार questions करने भी नहीं होता, देखना भी नहीं होता. Like when you ask, I'm still like present with you that you're talking. If I ask myself, तो बहुत बार उसमें भी नहीं जाना होता. Like I'm in a blank space that I don't want to see what it is.
What are you aware of then? Is it the entity that takes over? Do you allow the entity to take over your body for you to experience? Did you always wanted to experience stuff? Go
Yeah,
into it
that
and
is so true.
yeah,
This time.
yeah. So that is what it is. This is exactly what you have been asking, and that's how your body creates. कि इसको ये experience हो रहा है, तो entity भी आती है, तो उसके अंदर वो entity आपके अंदर body में आ जाती है, and you feel everything that entity was feeling and suffering. So what potency do you have that you're not acknowledging? But you don't have to see. You also have to acknowledge this is my way of my body that my body will act. Sometimes you can change it, sometimes you cannot really change it. You have to acknowledge it. This is the way my body tells me because I'm curious. I want to understand उसको अंदर से feel कैसे हुआ. And when we have to understand, then you stand under them and you imbibe every symptom that they are going through, just for your knowing. So once you will acknowledge it, you can change it very fast, and that's when being very present. Oh, whose body did I go into it? Who did I wanted to understand today? What is it going on in my body today? Like the first thing is that you don't have to make it yours. हम सबसे पहले करते क्या? पहले तो मेरा है. Rather than what information is this, and I've been telling this forever, that a body is always and always and always gives you awareness. Your body is the center of awareness, center of information. You have made it my body rather than what information is my body giving.
Just since 1 week I'm not well
Hmm.
and I'm asking of what it is या ये पहले तो इतना इफेक्ट नहीं हो रहा था 1-2 दिन कि ठीक है पेट ठीक नहीं है ठीक हो जाएगा ये वो अभी इट्स जस्ट कि कुछ एक्सेप्ट नहीं हो रहा है सो मैं बोला ठीक है अगर कुछ एक्सेप्ट नहीं हो रहा है तो उसको जाने दे कि जरूरी नहीं है एक्सेप्ट भी करना.
Correct. It doesn't mean that if we are aware, we have to do something. And
Hmm.
also, for you, is your body aware of it that you are getting into an entity class? You have chosen an entity class. So,
I had a thought this morning.
yeah. So this morning when I was coming, there was like suddenly I was very much in time and I think, and suddenly I see that so much of jam and so much of jam, and I went in. I said, अच्छा. Then I actually spoke to all the entities. I'm like, ऐसा है देखो, मैंने पहुंचना तो है, प्यार से बुलाना है, प्यार से बुला लो. मुझे प्यार अच्छा लगता है, मुझे लड़ना फड़ना अच्छा नहीं लगता है. तो रास्ता खोलो, प्रिंसेस आ रही है, गोल्डन प्रिंसेस आ रही है, गोल्ड के रास्ते को ऐसे प्रिंसेस की तरह लेके जाओ, वीवीआईपी की तरह. ये क्या धक्के खिला खिला के मुझे लेके जा रहे हो? एंड आई स्पोक टू अहमदाबाद आल्सो. लेकिन अहमदाबाद बुलाना है. मैं
I
तो
did the same thing. I was coming from Rajkot. I did the same thing कि ease नहीं था and then I ठीक है ease नहीं अब ease लाओ.
yeah. And I was really treated well. I like body, we are not gonna create any ruckus. And I had started sneezing. I started this. I said, हो गया, बस. This is not me. I'm not choosing to be sick. I'm not choosing to be this. I'm going to choose to have fun. And people who are required can wake up and come to me. मेरा काम नहीं है लोगों को बुलाना. जिनको आना है वो खुद उठ के आओ.
जहाँ पे चॉइस नहीं आती है या जहाँ पे चॉइस कर नहीं सकता लाइक द नेक्स्ट स्टेप कि ठीक है दिस इज राइट दिस इज व्हाट आई वुड लाइक इन लाइफ. एक होता है ना टू टेक अ स्टेप और ऐसे लगता है कि समथिंग इज होल्डिंग यू बैक.
And
जैसे
who's that one holding you back?
Not me, maybe.
And you allowed somebody? दासी, किसकी दासी हो तुम? Everything that is getting destroyed and get on it. That made you smile. So everything a dasi means to you, would you like to destroy and get all?
Yes. Wow.
And all the lifetimes that you have been a maid or you have treated maids or whatever that whole maid thing and the dasi means to you, all the lifetimes that you've lived your life or made other people perpetrate and ended perpetrated on other people, would you like to revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, destroy, and undo?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad,
It's lighter.
That's all. Great. Thank you. Awesome. Yes, Dhwani, go ahead.
I have this question. So, when we do this truth, who are you? Truth, who are you before that. So we say no that you have to say it till the energy shifts. पर मुझे कभी समझ नहीं आता कि कितनी बार करना है तो
If you
कभी
don't
कभी
know, if you don't know, I love you. Dhwani, I really love
नहीं समझ
you.
आ रहा है
एक
कितनी
बार
बार तो
दोबारा बोल, एक बार दोबारा बोल, तुझे समझ नहीं आता. Everything that brought up and brought down, I needed
अरे
more
जो
love.
है अब मैं कैसे आपसे सवाल पूछूं इस चीज का
ऐसे ही
मतलब
पूछ और अपने अंदर झांक के देख कि तुझे नहीं पता.
ऑनेस्टली ये चीज का आइडिया नहीं आता तो मैं बस बोलती
मतलब
रहती
have
हूँ
you
अपने
defined वो कैसा दिखना चाहिए? डिफाइन किया हुआ है वो कैसे दिखेगा?
हाँ मतलब सामने वाले अपने को कुछ कहीं तो कुछ समझ आना चाहिए ना तब
वो
बंद
कैसे
करेंगे
समझ आना चाहिए? वो ऐसे उठेगा, ऐसे करके बोलेगा, तब मुझे समझ आएगा. कुछ ऐसा एक्शन होगा, उसका मतलब है समझ आना. व्हाट इज समझ आना टू यू?
वर्बल वैलिडेशन की हाँ लाइट
हाँ,
फील
तो
हो
वो
रहा है कुछ भी
वैलिडेशन से हटा दो अभी. All your conclusions and definitions and limitations that you have imposed on yourself. Would you like to let them go?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, part, Parisha, best purpose, and yours. Truth, do you know it now? Would you be willing to receive the different possibilities rather than defining it? What will change if you say I know?
Yes.
ऐसे थोड़ा
Sorry,
ला-
can you repeat what will change if you say?
अरे, what will change if you'll say I know?
कुछ
Just
चेंज नहीं होगा, मतलब चलता जैसे अभी तक चला रहे, लोगों को फर्क
saying
भी
I
आ
know.
ही रहा है,
अभी
वैसे
बोल
चला।
I know. चलाना है या दौड़ाना
I
है?
know it all. I
या
know it
अभी तो
all.
ध्वनि और मनी था, फिर अभी क्या हुआ? फिर मनी तो वहीं आता है जहाँ सब नो इट ऑल होता है. Everything that is can be destroyed and get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, part, Parisha, best purpose, and
और
मतलब
मनी का
फालतू
कैसा है
का
पता है?
क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए क्वेश्चन मत पूछ ध्वनि, तुझे पता है, ठीक है?
अरे नहीं, मुझे नहीं, सच्ची में मतलब कभी तो मुझे लगा 5-6 बार बोल दो हो जाएगा,
देखो पता
वैसे
है ना कितनी बार
फिर कभी-कभी 7-8
फिर
बार
भी
कर
क्लियर हो
लेती हूँ
जाता है ना,
ऐसे ही।
फिर भी क्लियर हो जाता है ना.
I think my network is going.
What is going? तुझे ये पता चलता है हंसी कब आती है, तुझे ये पता चलता है मूड कब खराब होता है, पता चलता है ध्वनि?
उसका नेटवर्क, उसने बोला कि नेटवर्क जा रहा है,
नेटवर्क जा रहा
मे
है.
बी इट्स
Yeah. The entities are fucking with my network.
Because you're also fucking with them. They're like झूठ बोले कौवा काटे, काले कौवे डरियो.
Entity से डरियो,
Everything that is, can you let
नेटवर्क चले जाएगा, तुम देखते रहियो।
झूठ बोलोगे तो ऐसा ही होगा. Not allowed.
एंटिटी बोलेगी नेटवर्क चला जाएगा, देखते रहियो।
Everything that brought up and brought down, can we let that go? Right and wrong, good and bad, part, Parisha, best purpose, and yours. Varnika, go ahead.
Suppose like we are living with entities, we have accepted their presence, and also we are not fearful of them. And now, what to do? What actually, like, we are coexisting. Suppose how to use them or for our benefit, or
Yeah,
how to just be with them.
for that you'll have to be in the class, darling.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I would
Sana,
love to do the class.
sure, whenever you choose. Where are you from?
I'm from Lucknow basically, but putting up in Bhopal right now.
Okay, awesome. What will it take for you to choose somebody in Bhopal, or come to Delhi, or come to Ahmedabad, whenever, wherever?
I'll meet you for sure.
Thank you. Yes, Sonali, go ahead.
Yeah, so when I don't know, someone was talking about, disease, or the, particular entities are causing the disease, or either they are attracted because of that disease.
Can I stop you? Can I stop? इस लाइन में I don't know बोलने की जरूरत क्या थी?
Someone said, I said.
No, you said I don't know, someone said.
Who said? I don't know who said. मैंने बोला ना.
नहीं, तुमने बोला I don't know what you said. That's when I stopped you. This is how
पैसा सोनाली पैसा.
it's like मैं सिर्फ पूछ रही हूँ जरूरत क्या थी? Like what did you? Can you see the attunement of self truths that we have all the time? Thank you. Just wanted to stop there. Yes, go ahead.
So my mother-in-law
Oh,
has.
sorry. Preeti, did you see this was called not being present? अपने आप ही क्या बोल रहे हैं हमें याद नहीं रहता. It is called
I
non-present.
totally watched her. That's why I brought it up. But yes, that's how unconscious we get with our own selves and our own language.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my mother-in-law has been terminally ill, like I have shared with you before also. And now it's like, I have been asking this question, what is she gifting? I'm not receiving. And nothing has come so far. Of
And
course,
what are you receiving that you're not acknowledging? If that question is not working, what other question can I ask? What have I already received that I'm not acknowledging?
This is so expansive. I'm sorry I'm butting in, but it's Sonali and Aradhana. So morning calls, we missed you today.
इसीलिए आज बदला सोनाली से यहाँ लेंगे.
थी मुझे नहीं पता था आज का कॉल नहीं है, and I'm then chatting on the group कि तुम
I
लोग
know.
कहाँ हो? Then let's
अरे कॉल था नहीं ना, वही तो मैं बोल रही हूँ, दोनों से बदला ले रही हूँ.
था, कल नहीं थी इसलिए.
So, truth, what have you already received that you haven't acknowledged? And what have you defined that you'll have to receive from her? And how that Dhwani ki tarah, how does it has to look like? That is called receiving. How much we wait for somebody to give us something rather than their presence is already gifting you something that we are not acknowledging? Do you think your presence can shift, change anything for people and on the planet? How many of you think that you can do that? And you already are contributing. Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, receive, know, be that, all of you, rest of you, get it, destroy, none get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pop, condition, voice, purpose, and beyond. So, what have you already received, Sonali, that you haven't yet acknowledged? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pop, condition, voice, purpose, and beyond. Does that take care of your question?
Yes.
Anybody else had a question? All right, everybody's gone off camera. I'm sure everybody's gone sleepy now. Sabka ho gaya kaam. Introduction done? Anybody has any more introduction questions? Who said?
What's next?
What's next?
How does it get better than this now?
Yeah, so let's just acknowledge.
Yes, what's next?
Let's just clear before we go. Let's just invite all the entities here who we know, who we are perceiving. Take a moment.
And I would like
If
to.
there's any other question. Yeah, go ahead.
One
Penny.
question of mine also. Ab bolo, Tara. Yeah.
Tara, go ahead.
So my question was, every time कभी भी ये conversation चल रहा है या topic चल रहा है, typically मेरे right hand and right side of the head में ना काफी like neurological sensitivity नजर आती है. मेरे right eye starts twitching. तो clearly तो मैं run करती हूँ, लेकिन ये बार बार महसूस होता है. कभी सुबह suddenly, कभी morning में, evening में. तो मतलब class करी हुई हूँ मैंने.
What are you unwilling to see and perceive? What are you seeing or that you're not acknowledging?
तो मतलब जो क्लास हुई थी तब वहां पे फैसिलिटेटर ने बोला था कि सडनली जब कोई ऐसा मोमेंट आता है दैट एंटिटी फील कि आप सेम काइंड ऑफ एनर्जी दिखा रहे हो, तो उससे वो अट्रैक्शन नजर आता है. बट
वो तो
हमें
उन्होंने
कैसे
बोला
पता?
था ना, वो तो उन्होंने बोला था. मैं तो आपसे पूछ रही हूँ, आपको क्या पता? तभी तो मैं बता नहीं रही. मुझे क्या पता, फिर कहोगे कि दूसरे फैसिलिटेटर ने ये बोला था. आपको क्या?
मतलब सभी यही बोलते हैं, which is a very valid awareness, correct
तो
awareness.
आप बताओ. नहीं, it is not correct. You made it correct. What if you know something beyond that?
अभी भी my eyes twitching. जो कॉल शुरू होने से पहले
That is
twitch
no
नहीं कर रहा था.
question. That is no question, woman. I'm not gonna give you
Something is attached to it.
What is attached to it? बताओ. जल्दी बताओ.
Some entity.
Okay. What does that entity want to talk to you? Does it want to talk to you? Does it want your attention? What is it doing?
No, sir. A lot of judgments are showing up. It's a demon.
तेजस्विनी के पास तो judgments है ही नहीं. Tejas तो full sorted है. Everything that is, can we just shine and get all right? Don't go and what voice forward and month. So now what are you aware of?
Not twitching now.
See?
And
you do not want to acknowledge you are aware. You are you good for people? Like, क्यों सब पे
Can I add to this? Because earlier I also used to think कि पता नहीं कुछ तो हो रहा है, कुछ खराब होने वाला है, आंख फड़फड़ा रही है and all that. But then I realized that's my body's way of saying you've not slept enough, थोड़ा सो जाओ. So it turned out completely different. And I still remember मैंने first entity class करी थी 10 साल पहले, नहीं 9 साल पहले, and हवा भी चलती थी तो मुझे लगता था entity होगी. When I realized नहीं पंखा चल रहा है, it's okay. So हर चीज entity हो ऐसे जरूरी भी नहीं है.
Correct. So
पंखा तो entity है ही नहीं ना. सॉरी पंखा तो एंटिटी है ही नहीं ना।
हाँ, पंखा तो एंटिटी है ही नहीं।
हाँ मतलब वो वाला नहीं है ना जो घबराने वाला एंटिटी है कि आके हवाएं सर सर कर रही है, दरवाजा टर टर कर रहा है, आई मीन
But these are also created by movies, huh?
Absolutely, all fear
Not the
created by
truth.
movies.
That is not the truth. I have never even come across those ways, but that is because my mind is saying, and that my mind is giving that um, clue, and that is when I create the same way. That is our potency of creating anything, right? तो इसको लगा कविता को ऐसे ऐसे लगता है, तो जिस दिन ऐसा ऐसा हुआ तो उसका मतलब एंटिटी आएगी. So that is also a deep down underground conclusion. हमने ऐसी कितनी presumptive reality से कितनी conclusions slightly knowingly चलते फिरते आंख में दिखती है और उसको हम conclude करके अपनी pocket में रख लेते हैं. But like अभी जैसी कविता ने बोला, deep down they were like, oh, so much of layers of conclusions that even you holding it. So
Can you talk about a little bit about voodoo and the pin, the doll kind of thing? And is that possible? Like somebody does it and you just suddenly are reacting, I'm simply asking because I
it is possible.
did not want to watch, but I watched this stupid movie called Shaitan. And it was like, it stayed with me for some time. I was like, so uncomfortable after that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that.
yes. It's a yes and no both. But yes, tomorrow when we talk about or after black magic, we'll talk more onto that. Cool. Awesome. Yes, who else had the question? Who else had the question? Yeah, Dhwani, go ahead.
So there's this particular patch, like little away from my home. Whenever I have to go there, either I have flashes. So I'll try to explain it to you. There was this guy cycling ahead of me, and I had a flash कि मैं उसके ऊपर चढ़ गई, ठीक है? But it did not happen. मुझे बस flash आके it just went away. And just like 5-7 minutes after that, कोई पीछे से आया. It was an empty road. एकदम से मेरे को hit किया और वो चले गए. And so many times I keep telling people who are conscious of entities कि यहाँ पे कुछ तो है, कुछ तो है, कुछ तो है. तो then they started saying कि तेरे दिमाग में ये वहम है. And this thing happened like almost 4 times कि मुझे आया कि ऐसा कुछ होगा और वो हुआ. So I want to ask you कि हमारा दिमाग ये स्टोरीज बनाता है या फिर genuinely हम किसी चीज को perceive कर रहे हैं जो दूसरे लोग नहीं perceive कर रहे हैं.
That both are right. Both, yes to both. So what do you know here? Like, how are you asking for a validation from even me? Only what you see, what you perceive, Dhwani, only you would perceive it. You might sound the most weirdest, stupidest person on the planet. कितने लोगों को mental hospitals में डाल देते हैं लोग because they think कि इनके पास awareness है, पागल हैं ये लोग, schizophrenic हैं, ये हैं, ये bipolar हैं, इनको hospitalize mental hospitals डाल दो. But they're not wrong. We do not know how to handle them, but they're not wrong. They do have a different awareness. But because that is not normal in our world, so we make it wrong. So what you know, you only know, you have to ask question, what is this? What can I do? What does that land require anything of me? Can I contribute? What is it saying to you? What is it talking to you? And how much more money can you make from it? Cool, Dhwani? हर किसी को हर चीज नहीं दिखती.
Right.
Thank you. Yes, Vandana.
Thank you.
Hi, Aradhana. So I wanted to check with you. If I think of somebody who I feel, can I do the entity clearing for them distance?
Yes, of course you can. But the
Even
question,
if they have to ask for it.
no. Then they'll coming back to you with daggers attached, and you're only calling for trouble in your own life.
Okay,
Do
so
not
I have
do
to take
things
the
when
permission.
you're not asking for it, and without permission, don't. And don't pounce on others to do it. Ask and ask your awareness.
Okay, so if I get the permission, then I can just think of them and say, who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome, thank you. We have a big park at the end of our lane. Every time my daughter goes there, she gets sick the next day. I'm told it is entities. What can bring her ease at so that she can enjoy the park? So ask your daughter to ask what is it and what is it for her and what does that park means to her and what does that entity means to you. And everywhere you bought that it's an entity, let that go. And if it was just not an entity, so her cheesy everything. Everything is an entity. The bottle is an entity, a park is an entity, a plant is an entity, everything is an entity. So yes, but what is it? Ask your daughter to talk to that energy and wonder what can that bring to her. Is she willing to talk to it? What is she aware of it? And who is she? Is she healing that land? Does that land asking her anything from it and clear it? And then it might help. Cool. Yes, who's next? Anshita, go ahead.
So we should ask every time before clearing. Like
Yes.
जैसे मैंने बोला कि heavy लगता है, तो कभी-कभी I clear
Yeah, but
instantly.
whatever works for you, not there she was asking for somebody else.
Hmm.
And sometimes like it is what is this like how you've done in that foundation? What is it? What can I do with it? Can I change it? Sometimes you get a yes, sometimes you'll get a no. So if you're not, okay, flow whatever is required. And what if
So
you
ये
already
no वाले क्या है? मतलब
nothing, it's just an awareness. अब तो पार्क में जा रहे हो तो एक प्लांट खड़ा है, एक सूख रहा है, एक टूट रहा है, तो तुम कुछ करते हो हर चीज का? नहीं ना?
मतलब जैसे मेरी आंट है, ठीक है, she has dementia and everybody is asking me to do healing and everything. तो entities का पहले मुझे आ रहा था, but वो clearing का नहीं आ रहा है.
Oh,
तो
yeah.
it's
Maybe
you know
she's not
every
ready to receive it yet.
yeah, now I feel कि she's happy, she's like choosing it.
A lot of people are happy. Like my husband is so happy with it. I initially I was clearing it for him, but then I started clearing it for me.
So every time
How
if you go somewhere and if you feel heavy and it's
What is
important to stay there. Like कुछ client meeting है, जैसे अभी 2 दिन पहले हुआ था. तो I wasn't comfortable at all. I was like chair पीछे की इस तरफ आ गई, बोल दिया client को कि heaviness है, तो सब कुछ. And बहुत ऐसे लगता है puking sensation.
Was it about you or was it about your client or that place? Did you ask a question?
That place.
ना हम सब अपने लिए बना लेते हैं.
वो place.
So place. So then you can ask the place and you can clear the place, whatever required. Go into depth of it.
But if it comes.
Yeah.
We could नहीं.
Yes, Sonali.
Yeah, Aradhana, so doing the Talk to the Entities class with you will help me get more present with me.
Yes.
Wow. Something I am listening for the first time about the Talk to the Entities class. And how does it get any better?
For me, honestly, for me, more class is about more presence. Day one, ever since I did it. And every time I sat down in the class, मुझे लगता है, इसको पढ़ाना क्या होता है? But it comes so easy to my life, probably. And then मेरे को तो ऐसा लगता है, मुझे presence कैसे लानी है? So, and I would really like to acknowledge I am very present. I think I am present. That's it. So
No, I have been asking that question. I think मैंने बहुत बार अलग-अलग लोगों से भी पूछा है, तुमसे भी काफी बार पूछा होगा. And at time the entity thing didn't show up. And now when we are talking about this, and I'm like, wow, because yeah, ये दोनों चीजों को ऐसे कभी वो dots कभी connect नहीं हुए. Yeah. This call was a massive contribution. Thank you so much for gifting it. Thank you so much.
it just came to me. Like I just felt like उस दिन बोला फिर छूट गया फिर energy नहीं आ रहा था. And I spoke to her. Like, चलो दे दे. What else is possible? What can I contribute more? How does it get any better? So how does one take just by asking, going mentally into their world and asking, and trusting yourself? Cool. Anybody else left? Zvani, is your hand up again, or am I done with your question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Hmm.
So you said that everything is an entity. Gary in the book also said that every single thing has consciousness of its own. So then whatever bifurcation and stratification we have for living things, non-living things, and then non-living things not having a choice and all of that, is that just IPO?
Everything is an IPOV. Everything on the planet outside you is an IPOV. In fact, you are also an IPOV.
Right.
Fear of
Because we often talk to non-living things and even they start showing up for whatever we've asked them to show up for. So then it's just that we see them as non-living, but if they have consciousness, I guess
everything on the planet
it's
has consciousness. It's only a mind thing. It does not have a consciousness. Even a book which comes to your mind and gets written has its own consciousness.
तो स्कूल तो बकवास पढ़ाती है ना फिर आधी गलत
वो
आधी
भी
नहीं पूरी
इंटरेस्टिंग
गलत
पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है वो तो इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है what if that school actually teaches you something that you learn to play, like how we learn the rules of any Monopoly game or a any Ludo or any other game that you play. You open the rule book and then you learn. So the schools teaches you the rule book of this play, of this reality. So it's not wrong and right. It's giving you all the rules and regulations of this reality. But that does not mean you out of the game you follow the rules, right? Once you're playing, you're out of the game and you're done with Monopoly, then you start living your normal life. You're not all the time in the rules. So you're just aware of the rules and then you're playing this game. But you can outcreate it because you know much more than that. The infinite
Yeah.
is finite. Cool.
And Shannon had put this video which said that Earth does not have its own time frame, so mountains take millions of years to become a flatland and vice versa. So then she said that even if we don't put a restraint about कि इसी जन्म में करना है,
Yeah.
तो we can also keep doing it. तो फिर तो मतलब how do I put this thing? तो फिर तो ये यही हो गया ना कि entities भी they are there because they are not having any time frame or space constrictions and they're creating whatever they want through different bodies.
Yeah, of course. How so what's the value of this question?
No, so
इतना
I'm
दिमाग
just
क्यों
trying to
लगा रही
have
है
क्या
इतना दिमाग क्यों लगा रही है
मुझे लग रहा है कि अभी तक जो सीखा वो तो सारा गलत गलत हो रहा है दिमाग में.
What's right about
It's
that? How can now use that information and this information and combine and have more fun? And that is why we are sitting here in the call. Because you were
क्योंकि
aware
I've
of information to come to
I've
you.
always been feeling कि लाख लाख डेढ़ लाख पापा ने फीस भरी पढ़ाने और अब जब ये दुनिया में उतरे तो लग रहा है अरे पापा ने तो पैसे वेस्ट कर दिए सब बहुत मुझे ये रॉन्गनेस जा रही है
And who
पिछले
does that
1 महीने से
वेस्ट कभी भी कुछ वेस्ट नहीं होता लाइफ में ये याद रखना वेस्ट भी वेस्ट नहीं होता ना इवन द डिकम्पोज I mean it goes to the plants and everything. Even your fecal matter goes to the plants, so nothing is ever waste. Everything has its own gift in it.
Wow.
And everything that brought up and brought down can be destroyed and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, only show by spoke within men. Thank you, Suraj. Yes, Seema, go ahead.
Just taking off from where Dhwani left, like I never make my knowledge of medicine wrong.
Yeah.
This is what I've been taught, and this is whatever it works for some people, and for those works access. So वो लेने आएंगे मेरे पास. Like everybody has a choice.
Yeah. And I remember I used to tell, and most of the doctors in our access who I've met, and I've always said, why are you leaving? And even Seema used to say, यार तू ये काम मत छोड़. See what people will come to you from the medical perspective. उनको कोई रास्ता और पता नहीं, उनको medical पता है. But with you having this information, you can actually turn them into this. You can help them that this is something is more because वो medicine के लिए नहीं जा रहे हैं. Medicine तो तुम उनको विटामिन सी की भी दे दोगे और कह दो कि ये खा रहे हो तो उनका mental है ये. So being a proper medical doctor and not to say that medical allopathic medicines don't help, like cut hai, khoon hai, silna hai, karna hai. It does, it also contributes as an own way, the immediate thing. But then you can go around it, talk about it, have a clearance, and then, the patients who are coming, because उनके अंदर भी वो problems तभी हुई हैं because there were so many entity and so many information and the judgment that became a disease. So if a medical doctor would know this, initially my dad is a doctor, my granddad was a doctor, my brother is a doctor, my whole complete family is a doctor family. I have seen my entire family like even Dr. Saluja for that matter is like similar. Knowing the family, knowing the patient so well. We knew the whole family history. My papa would just talk to them and give them a 2 tablets and it will go. But when I shifted, got married, got to Delhi, and I saw every doctor's test करना है, test करना है, test करना है, ये test होगा, अब इसका मतलब ये, इसका मतलब वो. And I remember asking Seema also once, यार ये तुम्हें अंदर से intuition पता होता है या दवाई वो बताते हैं कि इसकी ये देनी है. She's still रही है intuition होती है. And then I asked my brother, I said, तू डॉक्टर बन सकता है फिर तो कोई भी डॉक्टर बन सकता है. नालायक नंबर 1. तू कैसे डॉक्टर, तुझे कैसे पता कि ये करना है? And I laugh with him. And he says, Didi, it is the knowing also that counts, right? And I've seen my parents doing that. And they could see the patient, they could tell the patient कहाँ क्या चल रहा है. But now we have lost that touch. We have become very medically dependent that ये गोली खाने से ही होगा, और वो भी मुझे पूरा श्योरिटी नहीं है कि ठीक होगा कि नहीं होगा. But a medical doctor who was aware of this, that end of the day, it's you who's creating this, can help them changing in very different manner. Slowly and steadily getting them to the medicines, but also talking it out and having a word, अच्छा क्या चल रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, what's going on in their life. Nobody has time to talk to people कि चल क्या रहा है तेरी लाइफ में. पेशेंट अच्छा ये टेस्ट हो गया, ये हो गया, डॉक्टर ने भी देखा, ठक 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 ठक, अच्छा इसको ये दवाई दे दो. Rather than like, hello, sit 5 minutes, ask them कैसा चल रहा है, क्या है, बच्चा क्या कर रहा है, family क्या कर रही है. You would know most of the disease का issues. Like how I was sitting with this lady on the airport, talking to her, kept my hand, spoke to her, and I'm like, oh, उसका problem बीमार नहीं है, because I was like, oh, उसको पता नहीं कौन सा बुखार लेकर आई है, South Africa से आई है, क्या हो गया होगा. And I touched her and I'm like, oh, it's not the fever. It is her manipulation that he wants her husband not to go. So now if the medical doctor would treat him for the बुखार, पर वो बुखार नहीं जा रहा है क्योंकि उसका ट्रीटमेंट कहीं और है. वो चाहती नहीं है बुखार उतारना, इसलिए वो बुखार उतरेगा ही नहीं, क्योंकि जब तू मैनिपुलेट करेगी अपना हस्बैंड को, जाना नहीं देना चाहती. नाउ यू से कि मेडिकल डॉक्टर फेल है. नहीं, इट्स नॉट दैट.
Radhana,
Yeah.
Deval is here.
क्या देव?
का हेड बहुत हैवी हो गया है और बहुत इमोशनल रोना और वो सब सरफेस हो रहा है, so she is not able to put it in words. So
What is changing, देवल? क्या बदल रहा है? क्या बदल रहा है? बोलो.
कुछ बस रोना आ रहा है उसको.
Okay. Is it you or someone else?
Someone else.
Would you acknowledge it? Do you know this person? Yeah, I get that too. Would you like to have a conversation with this person? बात कर लो, समझ लो. नहीं समझना चाह रहे हो, गुस्सा हो.
बात हो नहीं पा रही है.
Okay. Can you tell this person to move away from you 100,000 kilometers?
वो भी नहीं हो रहा है.
Okay. Can you take control? In life also you do the same? सबको ऐसे ही कहते हो ना, मैं कुछ नहीं कर पा रही हूँ.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what our entities show you. I don't know devil at all, but I could make it out कि ये घर पे भी इसका यही चल रहा है. And people say कि मैं अंतर्यामी, so this is how it tells. So this is that you're not taking your own power. And now you have chosen this class to change everything upside down. So are you ready to take your power? Are you willing to outcreate everybody?
Everything and everything.
Everything and everything that doesn't allow, can we let that go? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, alicia, boys, povers, and milk. मैं आंसू से डरती नहीं हूँ, सर भारी से भी नहीं डरती हूँ. तो मुद्दे की बात आते हैं, पावर लेनी है या नहीं लेनी है. You have to be the strongest entity, or you won't let people affect your life, all life.
हाँ बस हो गया.
Yeah, na? Everything that is going to destroy none get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, alicia, boys, povers. Would you choose you now? And would you command this entity, thank this entity for right now to come to you, waking you up to your power? Would you ask it to leave now? Would you be grateful to it?
Grateful. Gratitude to that entity.
Is it better?
बेटर
Like, it's that simple,
भी
guys.
वैसे ही वसड़ वाली बुलाते हैं नहीं, मतलब जो अंदर हो रहा है वो बाहर हो रहा है, वैसा ही है।
Exactly, exactly. How does it get any better?
हमें मतलब मजा आ रहा है।
I know. हमें
बूढ़ा भी एंटिटी को भी बुला लिया।
इतने वेले है ना हम लोग, वो कहते हैं खाली दिमाग शैतान का घर, ऐसे नहीं ये डायलॉग बोला गया। So we call all the shaitans in our life. So what else is possible?
पर शैतानी नहीं कर रहे, प्रॉब्लम ये है ना, शैतान को बुला लिया है तो
बुला
शैतान
लिया फिर कह रहे हमें हैंडल नहीं हो रहा, वही शैतानी है हमारे
की
पास।
शैतानी इन इंग्लिश इज बीइंग नॉटी एंड दैट्स ओके।
या बट ये वो वाली शैतानी नहीं, ये दूसरी शैतानी है।
अच्छा अच्छा, वैसा। मैं तो शब्दों पे जा रही थी, कोई बात नहीं।
एक शब्द तो इतना सा है, कहानियां तो बहुत है।
Contribution was, yeah, my God.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm telling you, I love this class. जब भी मैं क्लास में बैठती हूँ मुझे समझ नहीं आता कि पढ़ाना क्या है, बट मुझे पता होता है कि मुझे पढ़ाना क्या है. Like Shannon also said once in Bombay, and I've shared this many times, and she says I tell Max कि आराधना की शक्ल ही डिफरेंट होती है. मैंने उसको इतनी क्लासेस में राउंड द वर्ल्ड देखा है, बट जो वो एंटिटी क्लास में आती है ना, her face is brightened, she's like lighted up, something she knows special. I said ये तो है, but जो भी है, the entities is me. I just feel I am being the entity of it. So I just love this topic. So it just makes me more vibrant, more present to life, and to create ease in my life. How many of you really, really want ease in your life? It is that simple. My ditto, my awareness for you, Seema says. Awesome. Thank you. All right, guys. Anybody in Ahmedabad, and if you want to be more present, or can choose to come to the class tomorrow, and it's 6 and 7 tomorrow and day after, and it's in Kavita's center. And where is the center, Kavita? Sorry.
Studio Thaltej. If you're in Ahmedabad, then it is at Thaltej on the Zydus Road. Address will be put.
If you guys need, DM us and we'll be happy to have you. And people who have done Talk to Entities and want to do the intermediate, but you have to have done a foundation class and Talk to Entities in 12 months to attend intermediate, which is on the 8th. Cool. And people who are in the class, I see you in person at 9:30 in the morning. Awesome.
9:30, 10.
You want to finish it early tomorrow?
नहीं नहीं, वो कैंसिल हो गया हमने।
नहीं।
वो एंटिटी पहले ही पोस्टपोन करा दिया। पहले तो last year 5 classes got cancelled and entity class could not take off. There was one demonology class, some other modalities that happened, but after that none. And अब ये एक हो रही है, ये हो रही है, ये हो ही रही है, अब हो रही है।
पर तो कंफर्म थी, करनी
हो
है।
जाएगी हो जाएगी।
So 10 o'clock, guys. So then we
10,
start
10, 10.
then we start at 10. Anybody last minute wants to get up?
You're in Ahmedabad, it's ease, okay? It could be even 10:30 because people will finish their work and then join. So आराम से between 10 and 10:30 बोलोगे ना तो पहुंच जाएंगे।
हाँ, बस 10 बजे पहुंच जाना, ठीक है? मैं बहुत टाइम की पक्की हूँ। मैं 5 मिनट पहले ही पहुंच जाती हूँ, डोंट वरी।
केवल नहीं है, वो बोल रही है।
हाय केवल।
केवल ये रही, उससे नहीं होता।
क्या जल्दी नहीं आ जाता?
थोड़ा सुबह काम रहता है ना, तो इसलिए तो सीएफपी की क्लास में भी वो 15 मिनट तो लेट आई रही थी।
चलो 15 मिनट हम इसका we'll have the recording, no worries.
Okay.
Anybody else who's choosing the DMS? Otherwise, you guys know Umesh, you know Kavita, you know everybody, so you can just DM us. And love you all. Thank you. Hope this call was contributive and you learned a lot and you have gone beyond.
Can I? Hi, darling, how are you?
Good, good, good. How are you? शक्ल तो दिखाओ तुम्हारे शहर में।
अरे हेलो, नहीं दिखेगा।
हाँ, dark है।
मम्मी का डेथ हुआ 2 साल हुआ है। शी हैज द अल्जाइमर। बहुत बार क्लियरिंग भी दिया हुआ है, बट स्टिल वो ड्रीम्स में आती है, कुछ मैसेज देती है, भूल जाती है। ऐसा परफ्यूम हो रहा है मुझे कि भूल जाती है कि वो अभी कहाँ पे है, क्लियरिंग देने के बाद भी। ऐसे एंटिटी के साथ में क्या कर सकते हैं?
कुछ नहीं, उनको
कैसे
बोलो
क्लियरिंग दें उनको?
So keep clearing our dementia.
और फिर से वहीं पे स्टक हो तो वो
हाँ?
फिर से घूम फिर के वो वहीं पे आ जाती है तो
So would you allow her to be that, and would you give up the vested interest to clear her? Tell her this is not working for me. Where are you holding her? तुम वहीं अटकी हुई हो ना कहीं? You haven't let your mom go. What does dementia means to you? Everything that is, can you let that go? Right and wrong and not properly शब्द. चोर यहाँ बैठा है वहाँ नहीं है, समझे? कोमल जी.
Yes, darling.
So good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, thank you so very much. And what else is possible? What more magic can we be together? I love you all. See you tomorrow, who's ever in present, and otherwise somewhere, someplace. Bye.